Good day, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Opinions with Olayemi. My name is Olayemi Akunde. Thanks once more for watching my previous episodes, and I hope you learned one or two things. Today's episode borders on low self-esteem. How can it be corrected? Joining me today is Tosin Alao. Tosin Alao is an artist, music producer. Welcome, Mr. Tosin.
Thank you.
So, in your own view, what do you think somebody with low self-esteem can do to overcome such, isn't a disease, right? Such state of mind. Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me on your show, first of all. It's a privilege to be here. And secondly, we need to actually, first of all, define, what a low self-esteem has to be, or, so to say. Because if we want to talk about low self-esteem, how do we get low self-esteem? How do we come about low self-esteem? What is low self-esteem itself? Low self-esteem is not something that you are born with. Low self-esteem is being conceived by either your notion, your mind, your environment, or what people think you are. And before you can actually tell whether somebody has got what is called a low self-esteem, such a person would have conceived some things negatively, because nobody is ever born with a low self-esteem. And if you permit me, God has said everybody is fearfully and wonderfully made, including the animals, including the trees, the birds, and everything. So my own take about low self-esteem is something you conceived, or something, the way you define yourself, or the way people define you negatively, that has actually set you in a particular way. Then you now have a low self-esteem.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay. So, and if we said we want to correct low self-esteem, first of all, you need to define yourself. And it has to do with your own state of mind, your definition about yourself or about your situation. Definitely, everybody might not be born rich, or some people are born poor, and some people came into a wealthy family from onset, from foundation, which is not a bad thing. But one thing I know about life is that everybody has got something wonderful that nobody else has in the world. What I have, what I possess, what God has given me, you might not have it. And what you have, what you possess, I might not have it. So it takes me to actually define myself in a positive way, for me not to carry anything called low self-esteem. Our environment too affects low self-esteem. But first of all, everybody needs to look at what is positive. I'll give you some examples. I'm a football fan. I'm crazy about soccer. And majority of the people that has really done well in terms of soccer, they've got a bad background. I was reading on the internet when Cristiano Ronaldo, if you permit me, his mom said that she almost flushed his pregnancy.
Wow.
Oh yeah. So what you see about yourself determine what people call you. And what people call you doesn't really matter if you see something wonderful about yourself. And honestly, this thing called low self-esteem is really paramount in this our side of the world, because we define success in a negative way, or riches. The fact that you don't go to school has nothing to do with it. Doesn't mean that you should have low self-esteem, because going to school might not really say you will make it. We've seen people that have gone to school and they didn't make it.
Sure.
It's trying to discover something wonderful that you have that somebody else does not have. Regardless whether you are twin, God has not created two people in the world. It is never possible. And let me give my own example about this low self-esteem. When I started playing music, about 3 decades and above, my immediate family, everybody, my aunties, my mom, my niece, nephew, cousins, because school was not it for me. I didn't see anything going to school. And thank God I discovered it.
Really?
Yeah. What I'm saying, please don't get me wrong, education is very, very vital. But believe me honestly, my going to school is to brush me up, is to refine me. It's not the end to my life. Because I started showing signs of playing music since when I was like age 5, age 3, and in those days, more than 4 decades ago, anybody that shows signs of playing music or you want to play soccer, you are already an outcast in this society.
Of course.
Now, God helped me, and because of my doggedness, of my belief, I didn't even care what people were saying. Now, 80 and 90% of my family today, everybody wants to come around me. Everybody wants to say, hey, look, that's my brother. That's my cousin, that's my niece. Because one way or the other, I never allowed their own definition of myself to overwhelm my mind, or else I would have been living and waking up in low self-esteem. Because then, you don't play music, neither you play soccer. If you play music or soccer, everybody takes you as you're a disgrace to the family or to the society. So, but these days, things are changing. So, low self-esteem is what you conceived about yourself. And believe me or not, everybody must begin to conceive something positive about themselves. Because the words are changing. The people that are ruling the world technology-wise now, they are the Chinese. Some of them hardly speak English. And what we discover the Chinese, they've done to themselves, they've done research. They keep doing something every day. Even some of us, with due respect, some of us think that we're more prettier or handsome or beautiful than they do. But anywhere you go to in the world, you see the hand of the Chinese.
Sure. Agreed.
They do all. So definitely, low self-esteem is what we conceive about ourselves and what people think we are. So if you never conceive anything, nothing like low self-esteem will never happen to you. It's actually difficult. It's not easy. But what I'm saying is that everybody must see beyond what people talk about you. You must see what you are possessed. For my own definition, there is nothing called low self-esteem.
Mr. Tosi.
Yeah.
I suffered from low self-esteem.
Okay.
Whilst growing up.
Okay.
I didn't grow up with my parents.
Okay.
And where I grew up, I didn't feel loved.
Okay.
I didn't felt like hearing whatever I have to say.
Okay.
So, secondary school, primary school, I just keep my opinions to myself because I'm always afraid I'm going to say something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So, even when my mates are chancing me, I just keep quiet. Right?
Yeah.
And I just withdraw.
Okay.
Just to myself.
Go into your shell.
Into my shell. I was really suffering.
Okay.
From that.
Okay.
I was so afraid I could never tell my dad what I was going through whenever I visited him. But then I met somebody shortly after secondary school, and he told me every day, Elaine, you're very beautiful. That's something strange to me because I like,
you haven't had
really?
In life.
He started saying things that are positive about me.
Okay.
And with time, that started turning those bad I have about myself, turning them away and suppressing them. And I started seeing myself in good light. So the thing is, some people actually suffer from low self-esteem.
Agreed.
Probably because of how they grew up.
Environment.
They are formed right from their formative years.
Right.
So they just grew up seeing themselves as not good enough. So if I have to advise such people, I will tell that person, one, stop moving with people that will keep showing you the bad side of you. You've heard that enough. Okay. You need to move with friends now that will tell you positive things about yourself. Like you said, and I also believe there's always a drop of greatness in every man.
Every man.
Right. Secondly, you need to look within yourself. What exactly am I good in? I could be 90% bad, but there must be a 10% that is good. And blow that up. Although you'll be needing a lot of convincing to even believe that you have that 10% in you, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I'm sure one way or the other in the silent moment, you might just say, I think I'm good in this. Just keep blowing that up. And with time, that will be a giant that will actually eat up those bad ones that you, or you probably see consult a life coach or therapist, people that can actually talk to you. I mean, not medically, and I don't want to sound like drug or something. Somebody you can talk to, they can advise you, you know. So I always say that. Then my fourth point is, whenever you want to go into a relationship with somebody, it doesn't have to be marriage, probably your first boyfriend or something. The person must consistently know how to blow up that good thing in you. And when the person wants to correct you, you know, there's a way you correct somebody and the person will still feel okay, the person loves me. Because if you correct the person in such a harsh manner, the only time the person will remember, well, they've said I'm bad, so this guy is just trying to say it again.
I know.
You know.
I know.
So, based on my experience, that's the kind of advice I'm going to give.
Well, in as much I agree with a couple of your own points. Those are good points. But you see, the fundamental thing the fundamental thing about this issue of low self-esteem is everybody, we are born for a purpose. We need to look for our purpose. What people say about you is not the end of you. You know, and I agree with you that there are quite a lot of people that might be suffering from this low self-esteem, maybe because as a result of their growing up, peer pressure, any other thing. But I've come to tell anybody that cares to know that what people say about you, where you grow up, what you go through, is not the end of where you are going to. I will repeat it. Where you grow up, what you have gone through, is not the end of where you are going to. It is what the society has tagged low self-esteem. There is nothing like low self-esteem. The society allowed it, and we must not allow it.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Tosin.
Thank you.
So viewers, there is nothing like low self-esteem, right? So you have to first start from here and here. You have to reconfigure your mind and your thinking. And I'm sure if you can do this, you'll find yourself in a new place. Please tweet at me at Olasazi. Visit my website, olasazi.com, and please subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching. Bye.